All right, guys, time for our read aloud and knowledge lesson. So we've been learning a little bit about the digestive system. If you recall, that includes like our stomach, and we read a little bit about the kidneys last week. Okay, so we're going to learn a little bit more about the digestive system. So some of our key words that we're going to be reading today, or I'll be reading to you, are here on the board. The first one, the word is, if you can read that, absorb. Absorb. To take in or soak up a substance, often gradually. Okay, the ground absorbs water after it rains, so it kind of takes it in and just pulls it in. All right, it absorbs it, it soaks up. Okay. The next word, big word. Now remember, we learned that pH sometimes makes the sound like phone. Okay? So the word is esophagus. Esophagus. Now the esophagus is a tube that basically goes from your mouth down to your stomach. It's called the esophagus. Okay? That connects your throat down to your stomach. It's called your esophagus. Okay, it's the tube that the food goes through. Okay, and we'll be learning or reading a little bit about that. The next word, filtering. Filtering. Okay, some of us might have a well that we get our water from, and then we have a system that filters the water. It takes stuff out of the water so you can drink it, or so that it tastes, so it doesn't have any taste. So your water is okay to drink. So filtering, your body does some filtering as well. And we're going to learn a little bit about that. Next is, can you see that word? Saliva. Saliva. That's the liquid that's produced in our mouth that helps soften food. It makes it easier to swallow. It also allows you to taste it a little bit. So saliva. Okay? It's when your mouth waters, that's saliva. Did you know your body produces about 6 cups of saliva per day? That's a lot. Imagine my coffee cup here. This is about 2 cups of water, or about 2 cups of liquid goes in there. So imagine about 3 of these full. That's how much your body produces in saliva every day. And the next word, this is a V, V-I-L-L-I, villi. Villi. Villi are little things inside our small intestine, inside our body, that absorb nutrients from the food that we eat. So if we need proteins and vitamin C and vitamin D, all these things that we eat, the villi is what absorbs it into your body, and so you can use it for energy. Okay, so we're going to be using all these words today in our read aloud, and we'll march on over here. We'll get our read aloud done. Here we go. I'm going to put on my old man glasses here. Pull this over so you can see it, or adjust the computer. There we go. Old man glasses. I might take my hat off because it's more comfortable when you wear glasses to not have a hat. Okay. So we have the picture of the digestive system right here. And you remember his name? Nick Nutri, right? And I talk like, the reading is like Nick Nutri is talking. Ah, boys and girls, when I look at you, I can't tell whether you are hungry or whether you've just had a meal. But one thing I do know is that everybody in this room has a digestive system, and that all of your digestive systems are working right now. There is a lot going on inside those bodies of yours. And I didn't show you this. I should probably show you this. This is what you can be coloring right now. This is the coloring sheet. Sorry, I'm a little out of order. You each eat several 100 pounds of food in 1 year. It takes roughly 20 hours for food to travel through your gut or digestive tract, a long, complicated series of tunnels with openings on both ends. Where does the journey begin? Well, yes, the process or series of steps of digestion begins when you put a piece of food in your mouth. When you were born, most of your teeth were hiding inside your gums. So there's no teeth in there, right? I think some of you guys act like this sometimes in the classroom. Oh my gosh. I think I act like that sometimes too, though. That's why babies start out with a liquid diet. A liquid diet is nutrition you can drink. Babies start out drinking their food, which is mainly milk. But once your first set of teeth come in, you are able to eat solid foods. You are at an age right now when you're probably losing some of your teeth and getting a new set. So yeah, sometimes we're losing teeth. We get loose teeth in second grade. A lot. If so, maybe you're finding it hard to chew certain foods. Your teeth help you break your food down into tiny pieces. The longer you chew, the smaller the pieces become, and the easier it is to digest. Human teeth. Human teeth come in different shapes and sizes, designated to eat both plants and animals. Let's take a look at different types of teeth you have in your mouth. The flat, wedge-shaped teeth at the front of your mouth are called incisors. Okay? Incisors. The incisors are thicker on one end than the other, similar to a piece of pie. Okay? So they're thicker here and then thinner here. The incisors, both top and bottom, work together like a pair of scissors to bite, slice, and cut up your food. Next to the incisors are sharp, fang-like teeth called canines or dog's teeth. So you have your pointy teeth kind of right here. Okay? We all have those kind of pointy teeth next to our incisors. Okay? These teeth tear and rip food apart the way dogs do with a piece of meat. Beside the canines, bicuspids help crush the food. In the back of the mouth, white teeth with bumpy tops known as molars help grind the food into mush. With your tongue, touch. I don't want you guys putting your hands in your mouth right now. The instructions just told us to touch your, but we're not going to because we don't want to spread anything. Okay. Next time you bite into a piece of chicken, sample a piece of cheese or chomp into an apple. See if you can tell which teeth you use the most. So when you bite into an apple, you usually use your front two teeth to bite into it. And after you bite into it, then you rotate it back to your back teeth, right? What about like cheese or meat? Okay, think about that. So next we're going to talk about the salivary glands, okay? When our mouths water, when we eat, say, if you ever think about a pickle, think about that. Even the thought sometimes of a sour pickle makes your mouth kind of start watering. Okay, that's the salivary, the saliva in your mouth. Have you ever heard someone call food mouth watering? What do you think that means? When you smell your favorite food, perhaps spaghetti and meatballs, your mouth probably starts to water as you think about how good it will taste. The watery substance is called saliva. Saliva comes from very small salivary glands or organs in your cheek and under your tongue. It helps keep your mouth damp and softens food as you chew, beginning to break food down for easy digestion. Saliva serves another important job as well, helping you to wash away and kill bacteria. What's another word that we use for unwanted bacteria? Sometimes we call it germs. Did you know that every day you produce as many as 6 cups of saliva in your mouth? Can you feel it? Can you taste it? What else do you have in your mouth besides teeth and saliva? What else do we have in our mouth? Our tongue, maybe? gums that attach to our teeth. Ah, our tongue. What is the name of the fleshy muscle in your mouth that is covered with taste buds? Taste buds are clusters of nerve endings. Your tongue, of course. Not only does your tongue help you taste food, it also helps push the food around in your mouth, rolling it into a mashed up, wet lump of food. Your tongue pushes the lump of food to the back of your mouth and helps you swallow. Once the food is swallowed, it passes into a food canal called the esophagus. This stretchy tube is only about 10 inches long, so about not that long. 10 inches long, leading from the back of your throat, through your neck and chest, to your stomach. Food passes through the esophagus quickly. Muscles squeeze together and push the food into the stomach in about 10 seconds or less. It's a lot like squeezing toothpaste from its tube. So you have your esophagus right here. All right, put your hand on the left side of your upper abdomen. So upper abdomen would be, I guess, like right here. Okay? Just below your chest and above your waist. That's where your stomach lives, behind your lower ribs. This human mixing machine is shaped a bit like the letter J. See? Letter J. Your stomach acts like a balloon, expanding to hold the food it receives. The stomach's gastric juices help break down the food into a paste-like substance. These digestive juices also kill any germs that may have been swallowed. Round and round, food churns for 3 to 4 hours as muscles squeeze inside the stomach walls. Once the substance is in the substance of like a thick soup, the food continues its journey into the intestines. So, esophagus, into your stomach, down to your intestines. These are your intestines, okay? The small intestine. There are two types of intestines, the small intestine and the large intestine. The intestines are tubes located in the lower abdomen through which food and waste travel. Even though there are two different kinds of intestines, the small and the large intestines, they are actually part of the same long single tube. A muscular gate or sphincter at the bottom of the stomach opens to allow food flow from the stomach into the small intestine. The small intestine is about 21 feet long. Holy cow! Or about as long as 5 7-year-olds lying head to toe. So that's 21 feet long. Even though it's longer than the large intestine, it's called the small intestine because it's much thinner than the large intestine. This narrow tube, the small intestine, is coiled up like a snake below your belly button. Muscles squeeze together and push mashed up soupy liquid along the curly small intestine. The food is mixed once more with the digestive juices from the liver, pancreas, and gallbladder, other organs that are part of your digestive system. The juices, called enzymes, break the food down and make it more and more watery along the way. The small intestine with its millions of villi, that's these things, these little things, or finger-like threads, is where most of the important work of the digestive system takes place. The villi reach out and absorb or soak up usable nutrients and water passing them through the bloodstream into the cells of your body. Do you ever hear rumbling sounds coming from inside you, like your stomach rumbling? Chances are they are coming from your small intestines as muscles contract or squeeze together to break down food. They are the sounds of a healthy gut. Most of the nutrients that are absorbed by the small intestines, many villi, travel to the reddish purplish liver one of your body's important cleansing organs. So what does absorb mean again? It means it's soaked up. Your lower ribs on the right side of your body protect your liver. Its function is to clean the blood, filtering out or straining out any leftover waste. It turns this waste into bile, one of the juices used by the small intestine to help digest your food. The clean blood with lots of nutrients is carried to muscles to make them stronger, to bones to make them harder, and to every part of your body to give you energy to help you grow. Since blood goes to every part of your body, the liver performs a very important function of making sure the blood circulating in your body is clean. This finger-shaped organ is called the appendix. As far as anyone knows, it doesn't seem to be useful to the digestive system. From time to time, the appendix can become infected or sick and cause disease called appendicitis. When people get appendicitis, they get a very sharp pain in the lower abdomen and the area surrounding the intestines. The pain comes from the appendix, which is in the lower right side of your abdomen near your hip bone. When it causes too much pain, doctors remove it. For many years, the appendix was considered to be a completely useless organ. Only recently have some doctors begun to think that the appendix may serve to fight infections or kill germs. The appendix is located right where the small intestine widens out into the large intestine. The large intestine is where the solid waste ends up. When something is solid, it's not liquid or gas, right? Even though the large intestine is much, much shorter than the small intestine, it's called the large intestine because it is much wider. Parts of food not digested in the small intestine are squeezed out into the large intestine where they remain for up to 2 days. Water is absorbed from the waste into the walls of the large intestine and passed into the bloodstream. The waste becomes thicker and thicker, piling up into a solid mass known as feces. Feces are stored in the rectum, the final section of the large intestine, until another muscular gate or sphincter opens and allows the feces to pass through the anus, the body's exit point for solid waste. Learning all sorts of cool stuff about our bodies. Okay? All the way to the end. That is the end of your food's journey, from the mouth to the esophagus, to the stomach, to the small intestine, to the large intestine, to the anus. The digestive system's organs are working all the time, day and night, to process food into substances that your body can use, providing you with the nutrients and energy you need. So, very cool. So in this read aloud, we learned that saliva and gastric juices work to kill germs. Why is that necessary? Okay. So it cleans your body. It needs to filter those things so we can be healthy. Okay. You learned that the liver filters waste from your blood. Why is it important to have clean blood? Again, so we can be healthy, we need that clean stuff in your liver. Filters that so we can grow and get the nutrients, the good nutrients from the foods we eat. All right. So you have colored that, probably. And then we have this picture here, okay? We learned about the digestive system. So I'd like you to tell me a little bit about the digestive system. Give me 2 to 3 sentences. You can start off with, we all have a digestive system. Well, there's one for you. I already did one for you. Then tell me a little bit about what it does. If you use that sentence, you need to write 3. Okay, so the food enters, goes to the esophagus, okay, into the stomach, and then to the small intestine, the large intestine, and then out of the body, okay? You can talk about the villi, absorbs nutrients for your body, villi, V-I-L-L-I, and they are on the small intestine. So all those things. Tell me a little bit about the digestive system that we had in our read aloud. And I want you to tell me down here. If you want, you can draw a picture. You don't have to draw a picture, but if you'd like to, that would be fantastic. I'd love to see your pictures. So tell me a little bit about that. And that is it for our read aloud and knowledge lesson for today. Next we'll do handwriting, and then we'll be done for the day. So hope you're all doing well. Again, I remind you this like I don't know how many times a day. Wash your hands, okay? We really need to stay safe and keep those viruses and bacteria out of our body. Hope you're all doing well. I miss you guys.